Though in today's session, we will go with, I think we discussed about the different measures here, with the help of which, how we could calculate the total and all these things, Okay, now, see, when we did this particular sales percentage, okay, we just did with the help of this one, is we created one measure, which is showing the total sales, which is nothing but is the sum of sales. That was one thing. Second thing is like we also have what do you say? I want to calculate the percentage. We need to have one is total sales, another one is the grand total. Grand total is what again? It's a calculation where it says okay, it is going to apply the total without what do you call it as the filter. We
Okay.
created this two measure. Based on this two measure, we created another measure that is a sales percentage. So in the sales percentage, I'm just telling that okay, you have to divide the total sales with the grand total. Okay. Now, first thing is in this case, what we are trying to do is to do one single measure, I'm creating three different measures. Is it? I'm creating a total sales and then I'm creating a grand total. And then based on that, I'm creating another measure called as sales percentage. We are creating three measures. That is one thing. Second thing is like, see, as a developer, we also have to look into how this application works. Okay. uh, how fast it works, how efficiently it works. That is also really matters a lot. Okay, like an
Okay.
example, like the car manufacturing company, they come out with a car that is not sufficient. Okay, before they introduce this particular car, they even look into what is the kind of a mileage it gives, what is the kind of a maintenance expenses it has. They look into all those aspects. Okay, because when you have to sell this particular product, so this is also important, like how much mileage it gives, what is the kind of a maintenance for this particular things are there. Okay, what is the kind of a ground clearance is there. So there are a lot of factors, okay. So how much of what is the kind of a maximum weight it can carry. Okay, after how much this one they need to have a maintenance, a lot of things, is it? Okay, it's not only
Yes.
like make a car is sufficient, like you look into those particular things also. So when we look at from the developer's point of view, it is not just solving the problem, but solving the problem in such a way that it has we also have to look into how efficiently this particular program will work. Okay, so we
Mm-hmm.
just also look into from the optimization point of view also. Okay, that is also important. Okay, because see, when you're working with the small data, it is fine, 5,000 or 10,000 rows of data, but in the real time, you'll be working with billions of rows of data. And in that case, and you will definitely find a lot of latency. Okay, so for that, we also need to look in from how we can solve the same problem in a efficient, optimized way. Okay, for doing
Okay.
this, the best way is, see, if I do it with the three different functions, and whenever the sales percentage has been done, so first it has to go and do this. It has to do the sum of the total sales. Then it has to sum of this particular grand total. Okay, it has to do. So then again you are writing this one, this percentage. Like it has to take the total sales for each row wise. It has to find the total sales, grand total, and all these things. So instead of this, we can use something called as a variables to
Okay.
define this calculation into variables, and finally we can apply the calculation. Okay, so let us see how we can do that with the help of the variables, and that way I can do it with the help of a single measure. Okay, so I'll just go to the new measure. Okay, so I just want to calculate the same sales percentage. I just say this is because already we have a measure for calculating the sales percentage. So here I'll say it's a sales percentage too. Okay, and then what I will do here is if I have to calculate a percentage, first I need to know what is the total sales. For this, I'll just declare a variable where I'll just say it is going to be the total sales. I'm just creating a variable. Okay, and the total sales is going to be what? Sum of the sales. It is going to sum of the whole sales and store into this particular total sales variable. Fine. So this is a
Mm-hmm.
variable, and the name of the so this would be a keyword to declare a variable, and this is the name of the variable, and this is the value that I'm going to store into this variable. The next thing is again I'll just say where. Okay, I want to have the grand total. So for the grand total, it should be again nothing but the sum of sales, but it should be the freezed total. Okay, which should not be dissolved. It should not be filtered. So for that, I'll just use this particular function to say calculate. My expression is, as they say, sum of sales. Okay, and then I'll just say like I just want to perform the sum of sales, but that sales should not be filtered. So if you have to stop the filter, I'll just use this particular all. Okay, so it's going to perform the sum of sales, but it is be without filter. So this again, we created two different measures and defining those into the same one single measure by using two different variables. And then what I do is I'll just define another variable, so which is going to be the sales percentage, sales percent. To calculate the sales percent, it is going to be nothing but total sales divided by the grand total. The variables what we have, I'm just using this one. Fine.
Okay.
That's
Yep.
it. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm just using this total by sales variable and the grand total, not the field. I'm using the variable. You can see this is the variable.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Okay,
Yep.
fine. Then what is that you want to return? I want to return the sales percent. That is going to be the return value. That's it. So we got it. So now when you look into this particular any this one, so the sales percentage what we have, and just try to get this one also. It is giving the same thing. So you can convert this to the percentage by just making this as a percentage, and then you can see it behaves the same thing. If you select a particular category, it says in that category how much percentage of sales was being done, in a particular region how much sales was being done. Okay, so yes, we are able to see this particular percentage. So what I mean to say, there's another way to write the same functions. And in this particular function, what am I doing here is, so instead of defining three different measures, I'm just doing it in a single measure. Okay.
Okay.
And second thing is like, I'm just doing at first, it is going to find out what is the total sales. So that means it goes to this particular table. So we have the sales column. So it is going to sum up the whole sales value. So first it is going to sum up this particular, what do you say, the complete sales, whatever is there. So it is going to sum up this particular complete sales value, is it? So it is going to
Mm-hmm.
sum up this value, first thing. Okay. And then again, another function is there. It is going to again sum up the sales value, but it says that is going to be freezed. So it is going to first perform this particular calculations. And finally, in this calculation, again, it doesn't have to go the row wise and do the calculation. So directly it just says, okay, total sales divided by the grand total. Okay, done with this, Jayesh?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. In the same way, like, I want to calculate a profit percentage. How do we calculate a profit percentage? What I mean to say is, here we have a total sales of $77.88, for which we are getting a profit of $3.89. So I want to know the what is the profit percentage. So how do we calculate a profit percentage? The actual profit divided by the sales value, is it? Into 100, we get a profit percentage. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Uh, if I have to get this profit percentage, I can do it as a column, is it? We can just do it here. The calculated fields we have studied, no?
Yep.
Yeah. So I can just take this as a profit percentage, which is going to be nothing but the total profit that is going to be, sorry, the profit sales from the orders table. Yeah. So divided by this is going to get me the as a profit percentage. Yes. So 4% profit we are getting here. So when I convert this, yeah, it's 5% profit we are getting here, 27% profit. That means here for 77.8, we are getting 3.8. That is almost close to $4 for $78. For 100, it is going to be 5. Yeah, 5% profit you're getting. So here it is 27%, here 29%. Here when you see that for $60 ka business, we are getting a profit of 30.5, almost 50%, no?
Mm-hmm.
47% profit getting. Okay. So 46%. So all those things. So some products are giving good profit, some products are giving very low profit. So you can see here again 50% profit for 6.7 to 3.36 the profit I'm getting. Okay. And there are also some negative profits here. We can see there are some negative values also is there. Okay. And I just want to know, okay, what is my overall profit? If I just try to get this profit percentage, so it is summing up all the this one, and it is summing up all the profits whatever is there, and then it is calculating. This is not the right way to get the profit. Okay, this is like, okay, for row wise it is fine, but I want to see the total profits. So how much we are getting. So in this case, what will I do is I'll not take this particular thing from the model. I'll try to create a measure. Okay, I'll try to create a measure. So for creating the measure, what I do is I'll just go to the new measure and I'll say I want to have a profit. If I have to calculate the profit percentage, so it will go something like this. So here, we will just do it something like this. The sum of profit, that is going to be my total profit. Okay, sum of profit. is going to be my total profit divided by the sum of sales. Is going to get me the profit percentage. 12% profit we are getting. 0.47 is the profit that we are getting. Understood with this?
Yes.
Okay. This is how we generally write this one. So, but I'll tell you one thing is this is okay, easy done. But in the reality, if you are seeing from the a good developer's point of view, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we have to see as optimized. Here, what happens is for each row wise, it goes, okay, what is the total profit? Okay, and what is the total profit, total sales divide, and then it is going to work on individual this one. So each row wise. Now I can do this with the help of what we call it as variables. Okay, we'll see how do we do with the help of the variables. I'll just go to the new measure. So I'll just take it as variable where is total profit. I'll just say profit or profit is equal to nothing but sum of profit. So this is going to be the total profit, and I'll just say where we can just say variable as profit or a total profit. Okay, I'll just say TP.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say total profit, and I'll just have a variable as total sales, which is going to be like sum of sales. We have a total profit and the total sales. And also again, I'll declare a variable here as profit percentage, which is going to be nothing but the total profit uh, divided by the total sales. Okay, that is going to be my profit percentage. And I just say I want to return the profit. That's it. This also gives me the same thing.
Variables.
It does the same job.
Mm-hmm.
I can convert this to a percentage. But in the reality, this works more efficiently because it will not
Mm-hmm.
work the each row wise.
Which
It is
yeah.
going to take value as what is the total profit. It's going to take another value as what is the total sales. And then finally, it's dividing the total profit divided by the total sales. It is going to be a profit percentage and returns out. So this will be faster. Okay.
Okay.
And instead of using the operators, we also always recommend to use a function. So if you have to divide, no, we have a function called as the divide. So that is the numerator, comma, denominator. So profit will be divided by this. So the functions
Okay.
are more better than using the operators. In Excel also, this is a kind of a principles we try to follow. Apart from that, so what we studied yesterday, the grand total percentage, all those things can be done. Like we did this particular percentage of sales for a region and all those things we did, no. So instead of
Mm-hmm.
creating
Yes.
this as the different functions, I can have it as one function and you can do it. Fine. Okay. The next thing is we'll see with some time intelligence functions. Okay, which works based on the
Yeah.
time. So like I want to compare the sales. See, generally when you are comparing the sales, we compare last year during the same period of time what happened and this year what happened. Like say example, I want to find out what is the total sales in the month of January in the last year and the current year January. Last February with this February, last March with this March, last year Q1 with this year Q1, last year Q2 with this year Q2, last year Q3 with this year Q3. Okay, something like that. I want to do a kind of comparison. So in that case, we use this particular function, the time intelligence function. We have a function called the same period last year. Okay, so I'll just say the name of the measure is last year sales. Um, so what was the sales during the last year? Okay, same period. So for this, I'll just use this particular function called as a calculate. Okay. And what is the calculation you want? I want the sum of sales. See, you can even bring this total sales here. Instead of sum of sales, writing like this and then closing a brackets and all, we can even just bring the total sales, which we already have a measure. Okay, fine. And then when you give a filter, so in the place of filter we have seen all except, okay, and also we have seen with or and the different field wise, the comparisons kind of a things. Now here I want to see the last year during the same period of time what was the sales, that is the place of filter I'm writing a function called as a same period last year. There is a function called as same period last year. So I'll take this
Mm-hmm.
particular function and says this function takes the one and the one parameter that is nothing but the date. Okay, and the date
Okay.
is nothing but your order date. I'll just take the order date dot date. That's it. Okay, and then I'll just close this particular calculate function. Yes. So that means what I've done here is I've just used the calculate function. So in the calculate function, okay, I'm just doing the sum. First is the expression. Expression is the sum of sales, but I'm doing the sum of sales. So where it has to take the sum of sales for. Um, I'm using this in the place of filter. I'm using a same period last year, and we're just passing the date field. That's it. So run this one. Is done, and now I will use this thing. Give an example of this. Yeah, fine. Okay,
Last
now
year.
when you look into this, January um, 2018, January 3rd, we had a total sales of $16. The last year means it has to take 2017, January 3rd. My data only
Mm-hmm.
is starting January 2018, January. I don't have 2017 data. So last year is blank. Okay.
Okay.
Of
Okay.
1 year, the last year data will be blank, is it? And here you can
Mm-hmm.
see in 2019, January 3rd, we had a total sales of 1,768. Last year on the same date, how much it was? It was only $16.
Mm-hmm.
So last year on the same day, one single day sale was only $16. But this year on the same day, it is 1,768. But you see the
Yep.
next, so that means it is 100 times. So for
Yes.
16 rupees, it is like, 1600 is going to be 100 times. So it is
Yep.
more than that. Okay.
Yes.
Or 10,000% fold is what it has been growing. Fine. Um, Now, when you see on the next day, last year it was 288 and this year 264. And the next day again, last year it was 19, but here
I think.
290. In a single day, what happens is one day might be there is a big sales, and suddenly next day there might be no customers or something, or another day like there is a one customer who came and he did a big sales. So a lot of ups and downs will be there. So
Yep.
okay, that is what we are able to understand here. So I'll not go with the day, I'll go with the month. Okay, from this one, so it has all the hierarchy. So I'll just remove the day, which will just show me the month wise. So we can see here again, we don't have a last year during the January, sorry, in 2018 January, we had a sales of 14,000. But here to compare last year, it should be like 2017. We don't have the data. In 2019 January, you can see we had a total sales of 18,000. In 2019 January, we had a total sales of 18,000. But last year we had 14,000. So we have
14,000.
a progress of around 4,000 ka progress is there.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? So when you see in the month of February, in the previous year we had 4,000 and this year it is 12,000. So 4,500. And if it is double also, it means it is 9,000, more than double. So 100% is double, no? So it is more than double, 150, 160, 170%.
Yep.
It is almost close to triple, no? 4 into 3 is the 12.
Yes. Yes.
It is almost close to 200%. Okay. So it is close to the triple sales. Fine, threefold. But
Yep.
March, when you see last year we had done 55,000. This year we have done only
38.
38,000.
38,000.
Okay, fine. Understood
Yes.
with this. Okay,
Yep.
now what is the use of this one is, I'll say, when you compare to last year and this year, we have seen there are some good months. They have a progress, and sometimes, we have seen a low, this one. What was the last year and this year kind of a thing. I want to know compared to last year, this year, okay, which period of time we had a low sales, which period of times we had a progress, where we went wrong. I want to know that. So when you look into this one, January we have done better than last year. See, when I say 14,000 last year, this year 18,000, almost 20%, more than 20% better sales we have done. And when you see here, it is more than double, more than 150% we have done. And but in the month of March, last year we did 55,000, but this year we have done only 38,000. Almost 50% decline has happened. Again, April, when you see, okay, we have a small increase. May, it is better, but you can see June again there is a decline. Okay, July again there is a decline compared to last year. Okay, so this was better. You can see again September. Last year we did 81,700. That is almost close to 82,000. Now it is only 64,000. So you can see there is a big decline. So where things went wrong, I want to look into that. Okay, so what I will do is first I'll try to find out what is the kind of how much of growth we have done compared to last year. So where you see here, it's a negative growth, no? So last year we did 81,000, but this year we have done only 64,000. My growth is negative, no, in the month of September. Okay, see, overall 2019 had slightly lower sales as compared to 18, but why is that? Which month, okay, we did low sales? Which month we did high sales? I want to understand that. So in that case, what is that we do? See, if I remove month, it shows me the quarterly wise. Okay, how much we have done in 2019 Q1 and in last year, okay, Q1 what it was. So in like 2020 Q2, we have done 136K. Last year Q2, okay, we had done only what do you say? This particular thing when you see, it is we are taking 2020 Q2 with last year Q2. In the last year quarter two, it was 89,000. That value we are trying to take it. So instead of comparing like this, we are able to compare it side by side. So when it is side by side, we can perform the arithmetic operations on this.
Oh,
Okay. So I just want to know
yes.
what is the difference kind of a thing. Okay. So you can just say what you want month wise or things is fine. So now I want to know the difference, how much growth is there. So for that, we take how do you find the differences? Yeah, from the current sales minus the last year sales. The total sales is going to be my current sales, and the last year sales is my previous year sales. I want to find the growth. Okay, how much growth on happened. So sales growth, I can just create a measure. So I can just say it as sales growth. So I want to know how much growth has happened. So I'll take the total sales, which is going to be my current year sales, okay, minus the last year sales. So which is going to show me how much of growth we have done compared to this one. And because there was no last year data here. And when you see here, January we did 18, last year it was 14. That means we have shown a progress of 3,900. February, when you see here, last year we did 4,500. This year we have done 12,000, so which is 7,400. Okay, we are able to see. March, last year we did 38,000, and this year we have done 55,000. So okay, last year we did 55,000, but this year we have done only 38,000. Means we have declined by 17,000. Negative, no?
Mhm. Yes.
So which all the months we had a negative, which all the months we had a positive. So I can just do like this, no? Last year or sales growth. I can show the conditional formatting. Data bars will be better. Negative showed in the red color. So when you see 2019 January, we had done slightly good. February slightly good. March they had a big loss. Okay, April, May good, and June, July, August is July is bad. August slightly better. Okay. August is better. 9,000 got this one. Again, September there is a big loss, minus 17,000. Here it is minus 17,000. So that means the majorly we have seen that out of 12 months in 2019, out of 12 months, January to December, no? This is the
Mhm.
12 months. Out of 12 months, so we see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months are negative, 6 months are positive. Okay, and still in 2019 we had a lower sales than 18. I can say out of which we can see that March and the September we had a big loss. That is month of March and the September's we had the big loss, is it? So that is in the month of September we had minus 17,000, March again minus 17,000, is it? Okay. Hey, now I want to know the percentage of growth. See, last year we did 14,000, this year we have done 18,000. So we have a growth of 3,900. See, as an analyst, instead of seeing this number, so I'll be more happy to see this in the form of percentage. Okay. Here it is like 3,900 ka growth. Here it is minus 16,900 ka decline. But you can see this month we had a big sales, is it? So 55,000 and this one. And in February it was like 4,000, is 1/10 of the sales, not even 1/10, is it? Not even 10% of the sales. Okay. So more than this particular this one. So it shows it'll be better, okay, if this has been shown in the form of percentage. If I had to get this one information in the form of percentage, what should I do? the growth amount divided with the last year sales into 100.
Yes.
The growth percentage, if you have to find out, so that is going to be
Sum of
your the current sales minus the last year sales
last year.
divided by the last year sales.
Yep.
Current sales minus the last year sales divided by the last year sales into 100. Is it
Hmm.
correct
Yes,
now?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'll just say sales growth. I want in the form of percentage. So it is going to be current sales minus the last year sales. Is it?
Hmm.
Yeah. That is going to be your. So I'll just put this total sales minus the last year sales and the whole divided with last year sales. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, 27% growth, 167% growth. Here it is a decline by 30%. 20% growth, 21% for 77% growth. Here it is decreased by 28% for 15%, minus 21% decrease. So we can see this in the February 20. Last year we did 11,900. This time it is 22,900, almost double. That is 92% growth. Okay, Jayesh.
Yes.
So based on this, you can plot the charts. Okay, we'll move ahead.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. See, like once you have done this one, no, you can create the charts and all these things based on this to find out like where things went bad. Okay. So why things has been declined. So I want to do those kind of analysis. Yes, that can be a better this one.
Okay.
Where we had a positive, where we had a negative,
Negative. Yep.
we are able to see. And we can add a slicer for this to find out like this is a quarterly. When you see monthly, which all the months we had a positive, which all the months we had a negative. And we see that mainly it was March and September we had a big decline in 2019. 2020,
Hmm.
what was this one? So in 20, you can see every month we have done a progress. Only the March month, sorry, August month, we had a small decline. So minus 5,700. Okay, but rest all the 11 months we have shown a progress, and especially we see that May, okay, we have done a big progress compared to last year. How much of growth we have seen in every month? Okay, only August was decline. In 21 again, so we had 2 3 months decline, but November, August, and January has shown a big progress comparing last year and this year. So each month wise, we are able to see how things are happening. So January compared to last year, Jan was better. Feb was very better, but March there is a big decline. September is a big decline in the month in the year 2019. Right, but 20 you
Yep.
see every month we have shown a progress, except the month of August. But everywhere we have seen the progress. This is so we have more on the time intelligence function. So this is clear.
If we have a future data, so we can predict future also, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Then for that,
Okay.
we have another function called as the parallel period. So with the help of that, we can even go like we can define the period. So whether the minus is for the past and the plus is for the future.
But we need a data for the future one also, right? Based upon the current one, we cannot predict future data, right?
We can do a forecasting based on the
Okay.
historical data. So use the trend analysis, we can do a forecasting. So again, forecasting is going to be a guesswork, is not the actual, but yeah.
Yep.
So more accurate forecasting will be done based on the more historical data you have. Fine. I think we should be fine here.
Yes.